Welcome to the Grit and Grace podcast, where real conversations meet real growth. This is the place where we lean into life's challenges with grit and rise above them with grace. Whether you're here for encouragement, practical tools, or a reminder that you're not walking this journey alone, you're in the right place. So let's dive in. So hey guys, we promised you at our last podcast when we updated you about life that we would bring you a podcast about the Houston Marathon and Half Marathon. And so that is what we're bringing you today. Yeah. So I hope that you all survived the winter weather.
It's still here.
It has not been our favorite.
It's still here. We could not run outside today.
I mean, actually, Christy and I, this is like a test of our character, right? The weather.
It is.
For sure.
I feel like I've rubbed off on you a little bit, though, my friend.
Yes, because Christy, quickly into our friendship, it became known to me that like she really obsesses about the weather, like a deep obsession. like she knows. Matter of fact, I told her this morning when we were drinking coffee, I was like, well, it's going to be 32 next Saturday. And she was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to be 40.
40s.
Because she had already studied the 7-day forecast.
I already know.
So we made it through the winter weather. We only got in the last 7 days, we've only had three outdoor runs or two. It's been pretty rough. We did a track Wednesday.
I did a little bit more than you.
Yeah.
I got a little bit more flexibility than you.
Yeah.
In my schedule. So.
Yeah, that's right. You did a few more, but anyway, I've ran like 49 miles and only 10 or 12 have been outside. Yeah, it's been pretty rough.
It's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
Just because we were snowed in.
Yeah, we were iced in.
Like you stayed home for 2 days.
Yeah, we stayed home for 2 days. And then this morning we had hopes to go out and do our long run, but it was cold.
It was cold.
With a really cold wind chill.
What was a wind chill like 19? It was in the teens.
26 degrees. And so we took it back to the treadmill to avoid injury. But anyway, we are gearing up for the we're going to talk about Houston. We're gearing up for the Austin half marathon week after next.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, I'm watching the weather.
Yeah, she's watching the weather. There's a 24% chance of rain that day.
Tomorrow I will know because I pay for the app.
She pays for the weather app.
And tomorrow I will start to see what the day of the marathon will show.
Like, who else? Comment if you pay for the weather app, please.
I do. And just as a side note, I am an outdoor trainer.
She's an outdoor trainer. That's
so
right.
I am always outside, and I like to mentally prepare myself.
So what's funny is I don't obsess about the weather.
Nope.
And now I'm like overthinking what I'm wearing to run, and then I'm showing up to run
with more layers
in like
on
3 layers. Like I when we did the track workout, I had 3 layers on. I'm like, I'm not even sure that I can move this body in all these clothes.
Yeah, because our last long run that we did at Fresh, we ran together. 6.5? No, 6.5.
Yeah.
It was 6.5. And she shows up with 3 layers on the top. I only had 2. And the top one was a sweatshirt. We ran at the mile mark. The sweatshirt came off, and we had to go walk about a mile to go pick the sweatshirt up at the end of the run.
Yes. So she's got me all in my head about the weather. It's so dumb, really.
It is dumb. Because you were always like, shorts.
That's right. But anyway, power of company, I guess.
Exactly.
So let's talk about Houston. So, I ran the full, and Christy ran the half, and then we took our families with us. My husband, Ramsey, and our oldest daughter, Darby, ran the half too. And so, we love a good friend trip, just us, because we are settled in, we do all the right things. And so, cramped us a little bit.
It did.
To bring the family, not that we were complaining.
No,
but,
it was good.
Yeah.
They did well.
Yes.
And all the kids got to know because my 19-year-old son, Lawson, was with me and her 4 girls. So it was good.
Yeah,
it was good for them to get to know each other.
Yes. So
and to see how much alike we are.
That's right. And how, we can be a little bit kind of like bridezilla before the wedding.
Yes. Okay, that's a good determination. That's a good rendition of who we are.
We're going to have to come up with a term for that,
Runzilla, I don't know.
Yeah, we got to do some self-check.
We're particular.
Yeah, so we always say that we're not perfect. This is good. Case in point. Case in point. But anyway, so why did Houston matter to you? I've ran Houston before. do you feel like that you were physically, mentally, emotionally prepared, like going into race week?
I do. I think it was
Although
good.
you had some
Well,
physical-
I did because I had that cedar fever. I'm
Yes.
sticking to it, Bethany.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get my longer run
Right.
because the most I got was the most
10.
I got. Did I get a 10?
Yeah.
And so I really wanted a 12.
Yeah.
I like to get a little bit closer to the number of miles that I want to run. But I heard it was flat, and Bethany just prepared me saying that it was the biggest one I was going to ever see.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you feel like it was? Yeah.
It was huge.
Like what?
It was
25,
unreal.
25,000,
Yeah.
30,000 ran.
And
Yeah.
you until you do something like that, you don't understand it. But they did such a great job of corralling people and putting people that run at your pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was truly impressed.
super organized.
Because you never break free.
Yeah. So let's just kind of talk about. So first of all, the day before we met, went to the expo. It was good.
Yep.
We left some Track Smith. We
Yep.
wore Track Smith. We find that at all the expos. You know, that's where we kind of felt our style was cramped a little bit because we like an expo by ourselves, but you know, the husbands were there waiting on us, looking at how
Watching
much
us.
money we
Yep.
spent. and
Kids are wanting to shop.
Kids are
all
yeah.
that. Yep.
So anyway, we did that, and then we ate pretty early. And then we're so nerdy. We brought our Normatex with us. It was nice
it
because
was great.
all our other races we have flown, and so it did change maybe our level of preparedness. That it didn't involve air travel, and we were probably more rested. Christy got there on Friday night, and we got there on Saturday. Yeah. So we did the expo and just had a low key evening. Yeah.
Oh, very low key.
Yeah.
We were. Wait, is that the night the kids went?
The kids went and got ice cream.
Ice
yes.
cream with my husband and my
Yeah.
son, and me and Bethany and her youngest.
Yeah.
Were chilling. I was Normatecing.
Yes. Yes.
Tart cherry juice. And like we always say, we take our habits and our anchors and everything with us, our routines. They come with us.
Yeah.
And it was much easier when we drive.
Yeah, it was. So, and the weather was good. The weather was good. You know, last year at Houston, the weather was so bad. It was like today, it was so cold. And so the weather was, it was still cold that morning when we got up. It was still about freezing, right?
Yeah.
About freezing, but in the
it was
wind,
about
there was a
freezing.
little gusty wind down there.
Yes.
But, so we got ready. You know, I like to be early. And so the race started, my corral locked at 6:40. I was in corral A.
Yes.
And so we could see people like convening and parking outside our hotel. So, you know, I wanted to leave the hotel at 5:45 and my husband refused. So Christy was my girl, but I was like, let's leave right now. She's like, how about 5:47?
Yeah,
you know,
still brush my teeth. I'm coming.
yeah. So then what was funny, we have horrible navigation. Horrible.
It's pretty bad.
Equally horrible.
And Ramsey.
And so my husband's like, okay, when you go down here, you need to go left. Well, so I was watching outside the hotel window and everybody was going right. And I was like, there's no way we need to go left when all these people are going right. So when we went down there, I was like, hey, Christy, like, let's go right. Like, there's no way all these people are going the wrong way, you know? So that's what we did. It was wrong.
We went right. And then we discovered, is that when we discovered it was the bag drop off?
Yeah.
We didn't need bag drop off.
So right was the gear check.
That's why everybody
and,
was
you know,
going that
my
way.
husband was watching Life 360.
he was,
and he's
100%.
like, why do you not trust me? You know, and I should have. He has a great sense of navigation. And Christy and I are like, well, at least we got lost once.
Did we ask a wheelchair athlete
Oh,
how to
we
get
asked a police officer. We asked a wheelchair athlete. We asked some, you know, race people, and then we turned around.
We turned around. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exact opposite direction. I mean,
Yes. And
it
that
was
is the
greatness.
reason that I
We
like
leave
to
early.
leave early. That's
Yes.
exactly right.
Yes.
So,
I agree.
but it
So-
was actually kind of good that we got to go down there together because we both have the same nerves, and I feel like we kind of helped each other,
yeah.
right?
And we were ready.
Yeah.
I went to Goodwill. And I got, I do reselling on the side. It's fun. I love me a Goodwill shopping spree. And so we had some throwaway stuff.
Yeah.
And we've never done that. We've never prepared to that level.
Yeah.
of having things we are going to leave behind.
Yeah.
And of course, the weather did stress me out, like packing. I think I packed enough for like a week because of the weather. I didn't know what I was going to wear. And it worked out good.
Yeah.
It really did. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful day.
It was
And
really
I don't
pretty.
regret
Yeah.
my decision on my outfit.
And I had a little sore throat, you know, the cedar fever, viral
Yes.
illness, whatever. I had a sore throat coming.
It started the day
started
before.
the day before. I was a little
Yep.
hoarse. And when we went down, we looked so bad because we had our Goodwill clothes on. And then Christy had picked up some sweats for me. They were size small, but they really like hugged my.
They were extra small.
Oh,
They
were they
were.
extra small?
They were.
Well, that makes me feel better.
They
I
were.
was feeling pretty self-conscious.
They just looked just by looking. This is her size.
They were like hugging the booty a little tight and a little like in the wrong places. And I had clothes on underneath it, you know. And so it was like only a friend could
But
love.
yes.
Only a friend could love what I had on.
But lesson learned, because they were tapered at the end.
Yes. Elastic.
Yes. So now you know. So any runners out there, if you have a pair of pants you're going to throw away,
Yeah.
cut the bottom of them so you don't have to take your shoes
and
off.
I should have like cut my sweatshirt so it didn't have to come off my head, you know,
yes.
all the things.
All the things.
But anyway, we talked about why we were so nervous. We talked about
Yep.
how we were thankful for the race and the start line.
Yep.
And then we prayed.
Yep.
And we didn't hug.
Yep. Didn't hug.
And then it's always kind of sad parting ways, you
Yep.
know?
Because I'm in
It's like-
Corral C.
Yeah, she was in Cross C, and so then we parted ways and got in our appropriate corrals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so big. It was unreal how many people are there.
Yeah.
And but that's when we separated. That's when I started to like warm up a little bit, you know, do some jumping, do some movement, running up and down the street. But there's so many people, it was really hard to get a long run in. There was
Yeah.
like side streets and things like that. But
Well, you know, I didn't do that. I got locked. I went in my corral. I was
you didn't
ready.
warm up at all.
No. I needed to
Did
get
you
in my
jump?
corral.
Did you do
yeah,
any jumping?
I did a little bit.
Jump. She's
little
10
bit
years
of
younger than me, guys.
stretching, a little bit of stretching, but you know, I was fearful I was going to not get my corral. so it's all about time. So, so it was a pretty day. I will say from the moment that I started, like, I felt good. I felt really good.
Yep.
It was like, okay. And we tapered well.
We did.
And
Which
so-
we ran for 5 or 6 days, 2 miles a day.
Yeah. Which, why don't we backtrack for a minute and why don't you tell them about your shakeout run that you did the day before?
Okay, so we always do a shakeout run the day before the race. And I wanted to wait till the sun came up because I love sun. It gets just a little bit of heat and everything, and it was windy. And we are in downtown Houston. And so I tried to find a place to run. Again, navigation's not great. And there was this place, there was like a park. And I was like, okay, maybe I could just run laps around the park. I wanted at least 2 or 3 miles. And so I started walking outside the hotel, and I saw like this pack of runners running. But I knew that there was a shakeout run, like an organized shakeout run. And I was like, wow, that's a big shakeout run. I really thought it was a shakeout run. But then someone started walking towards me, and they had a medal around their neck. And I was like, it is Saturday, right? I did not miss the marathon, did I? And so I was like, okay, what's going on? And I didn't realize there was a 5K before. So I was walking, and I was watching all these runners that have bibs on their body and everything. And again, we're in downtown, we're all the streets, and I don't want to wait at red lights or anything like that. And I started just walking with them. I had no idea where the start line was. I had no idea, nothing. And so I noticed that they had roads blocked off. So I just like, you know what? I'm just going to run. I'm just going to run with them. But I felt a little bad because I was in the back of the pack, and I am running and with all the walkers. So I felt like
You were trying
cocky.
to show out.
Yes, I did. I felt so cocky and just like, I am so sorry, guys. I'm not trying to show off or anything. I'm just trying to get a shakeout run. And so I literally just followed them the entire 5K. And I ended up getting 2.99 miles out of the 5K, and I ended up through the finish line.
So she was a race bandit.
I videoed me going through, and I was like, this is what I'm going to see tomorrow of this. Everyone's cheering, and I am just doing a shakeout run. And, oh yeah, got to the end, medals. I did not take the medal, but I got 3 miles of the 5K. But the good news is we're registered. We're next time we do this, we're gonna register for the 5K before, because it's a great shakeout run.
That's
it's a good shakeout run.
That's right. So yeah.
But I videoed it, and because Bethany wasn't with me, it was sad.
I know, it's sad. We were still in transit. You know, that was part of bringing the whole family. Like we didn't come on Friday. We came on Saturday. So yeah.
Did you do a shakeout run? You ran that morning.
I ran that morning before we left. Yeah,
that's
on
right.
the treadmill. So I did. Yep.
Yeah, because we left Friday night,
Well, so did you feel nervous when you started? What were your emotions in Corral C?
I was nervous. I was very nervous. I always am too fearful of starting off too fast. And I think how many people were there? Because I just remember you telling me when we went to New York how you were like doing agility to get through people.
In New York.
New York.
Yes.
What's the difference? Are the streets wider? Is there more?
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. Maybe the streets are. Yeah,
maybe because there was like I mean, I guess when we're running in Houston, most of them it's like 8 lanes.
Yeah, it's
6 or 8 lanes.
Everything's open.
Everything's shut down for the runners and everything. And so I was a little nervous of, okay, am I in the right thing? Because I went to the 9-minute mile. I'm confident in that. And so when I started, when the first thing came off and it told me my pace, I was like, okay, these people are running pretty fast, you know? So I was like, I don't know, 9:10 or whatever. I was like, oh, cool. I don't want to go too fast. And then like my second mile, I was in the 8s, and I was like, but it's just so different when you're running with people, because you don't.
There's more energy, and
it was very weird for me.
Because your pace ended up being what, 8:28 or 8:30?
8:28.
8:28. Yeah. So she finished 8:28, which is like great.
I know.
Definitely the fastest. So you finished.
And I was negative splits.
Yeah, she was negative splits.
I was negative splits, my 5K.
What that means is that like her last 5K was faster.
Yes.
Because you can throw it all the way at the end.
Yeah. That's always my goal.
Yeah.
I mean.
So you finished at hour 51 in some sense, right?
Yes, I won 151.
And so your next fastest marathon, what did you do in Bar Harbor or half marathon? 155?
Bar Harbor, 155.
Yeah, 155. So you've gotten better every time.
Gotten better every time.
Yeah. So.
No pressure.
Yeah.
And were you nervous?
I'm always a little bit nervous before a race, but I didn't have any expectations. Like, I tried not to have any expectations. Anyway, I'm always a little nervous. It's always a little lonely there in the crowd once I say bye, But I felt good, and I was like you.
Where was Ramsey at? What crowd was he in? B?
He was in crowd B.
He was in B.
Yeah. And so I just like settled in and just tried to be consistent. Felt good, listened to a book for the first 13, and then I switched to worship music for the last. And so I just knew I was on pace. I knew everything felt good. But the funny thing about a full marathon, like it's not over till it's over, And so I was like in tune with my heart rate. My heart rate was great.
Unreal.
And, but I had to do all the self-talk to go, okay, don't throw it away now. Like, I know you're tired. Don't throw it away, because about mile 18, we were talking about that this morning. Like 18, I feel like is where it's hard, and so I finished in 3 hours 13. So really, kind of my normal pace. So it was a minute faster than when I qualified for Boston. So definitely a Boston qualifying time.
Yep.
But
you're doing good at that.
It was just good. Yeah, we'll see how long.
I mean, you felt good.
I felt good the whole time. Yeah.
It was. Mine was extremely flat.
Yeah. There was some hills, but definitely in the grand scheme of things, it's a flat course.
It's flat. It was sunny. It was
temperature ended up being good. Did you have any regrets about what you wore?
No, and I took my gloves off, and I thought about taking my gloves off and my earmuffs off, but I never did, because there was about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. and it would hit me every now and then. And I know that I don't want to be cold. I don't want to regret throwing it out. So I held my gloves for a little bit, and I think at about the 8-mile mark, I put them back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Those
came
gloves
into the
went in
finish
my
line.
those gloves went in my shirt about mile 2.
You get hot like quarter mile into your run.
Yes, and then my hands get hot, and I want my hand. I'm like, if I could not be hot with my hands. So anyway, it was good. It was really good.
It was good.
Yeah. So felt good about pacing. Felt good about how our body felt, and then
I guess I'm just like you said. Heart rate was good. My heart rate stayed steady the entire time, and I guess it's just important, like you've taught me, like breaking your race up in segments is I really want to be able to push that last part, and I was able to do that like I did in Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
And that just helps your confidence.
I'm so proud of you. This time last year, you just did not know that was going to be on your radar. Didn't even have it on your radar.
All.
Like this time last year, you were training for Fresh 15.
Fresh 15.
And feeling like it was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
That's
and you
coming
have
up.
ran 3 half marathons.
3 half
since then,
marathons.
and you're about to run another one in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And everyone's gotten faster. And now even your 7-8 mile run is like just a normal run.
It's doing it.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is that like a 5 or 6 mile run is going to feel like a 3 mile run.
Yeah.
That I can just always go out and do an 8 mile run.
Yes.
That I'm not dreading that.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better.
And then like hopefully by the summer it'll kind of be like a 13 mile run, like a 5 mile run.
Maybe, yeah, that's probably
As we're getting ready for full.
Yes.
So
yes.
anyway, yeah. So do you feel like that at any point in the race that you started to have to do like the internal dialogue to get you through?
I don't think so. I listened to a book the entire race.
You're so special.
No, I mean, it wasn't. I don't remember a hard part.
Yeah.
It was a good race. My body felt good. I was tired at the end. Like my hip flexors were stupid tired.
Yeah.
Even Ramsey's. Well, Ramsey has. He's still recovering from surgery, but
well, let me tell you what the internal dialogue's like in a full marathon.
Yes. I know that my internal dialogue when we go through that tunnel saying half marathons go left, fulls go right. I had zero FOMO.
That was about at mile 7.5. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that it splits off.
I felt
That's
sorry for
always
you guys.
like the point of no return, where you're like, this is where the rubber meets the road,
And you were
I
excited,
stay
weren't you?
on path, you know. But even though I felt good the whole time, internal dialogue is required in a full marathon. So 18. So the last week when we tapered, we did something unusual. We ran together, like kind of together. Like we met up and stayed close.
Yeah,
and we
ran the
just
same
did
path.
like 2 to 3 miles each day. And so like from mile 18 on, I was like, okay, 2 miles. I know what that felt like with Christy on this day. And so it's like 2 miles. So I just kind of mentally broke it up into 2 miles. So there's all kinds of little mind games that I play to get through it.
I did do a little bit.
Yeah. And then I'm like, the last 2 miles don't count because there will be a lot of energy and I'll be able to, handle that. That'll fuel me,
Do you get excited when you get to 20?
Yeah. Yeah. I really, in my mind, divided up into the first 10, the second 10, and the last 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just think get into a 20, hearing mile 20.
Yeah, for sure. Because then I'm like, this is just a 10K. And so I'll also go, okay, this is fresh. This is azalea. This is turkey trot. In my mind, like, the local races, okay, that's and I think, okay, that was so fast, like a 5K so fast.
Yeah.
And so, and it's so interesting, early in running when you're like, I literally used to listen to quarter mile splits.
You did.
And now I'm like, it's all a mile, it is all a mile, and a mile goes by fast. And I can't imagine listening to quarter mile splits.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good when it does feel like those miles come fast.
Yeah.
Because they had, what was their markers? Like at Grandma's, they had the big balloons.
Yeah. They had some banners that you could see,
the big
like
banners.
the Gatorade banners for the
big banners.
stations and the,
Yeah.
But how did you feel when you got to the finish line and you saw your family?
Well, it took me a while to find Lance. I saw Ramsey was first. I mean, you have to walk.
It actually takes you
mile?
into the convention center.
Yes.
and then you like are shoulder to shoulder
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
it's not like, running into anybody seeing you, that see anybody you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I found Ramsey and I found Darby, and I was like, "How you guys feel?" And they were hurting. I was like, "Okay, good," because I'm really hurting right now. I don't know why, because I felt pretty good out there, and but we were just trying to. We were sweaty then, and there was still windy, and we still had to go get Bethany. So we had to. We got coffee for you because we were tracking her. This one had a great tracker and everything. So it was trying to make sure we got to that finish line to watch you come in.
Did you say that y'all, when you finished, I was at mile 18?
Yeah, I think you're about at 18.
So
and
I
your
had
pace
like
was great.
about an hour
I was
left
like,
or
yeah,
so.
yeah. I think that's my big thing. I mean, as soon as I saw Ramsey, I was like, well, how's she doing?
Yeah. Well, so I always have a little FOMO because when I'm the only one that runs the full, then everybody else is together and like united, and then I'm still running, and I'm like still a little left out.
Still running.
Like still a little left out, and then like everybody else
join the half marathon team.
They're all like clean and dry, and then here I am, wet and like shaking and borderline shock.
Yeah.
But
We
I
ran
was pretty
13, you
good.
ran 26.
I was actually a pretty good mental state because after a marathon, like you literally can be a little shocky, like a little shaky and a little off.
Oh, yeah, you've seen that with me sometimes.
Yeah, and honestly, the hardest part about what we did is then we just got in the car and started driving, and so my body hurt on the way home because the hardest thing to do is be still afterwards. Like that's the worst thing for these muscles.
Like we were in the car, within 30, 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah. And so, that was a little painful.
It was. Well, I was lucky because I had the Normatex, and so I sat in the back of my car and did Normatex.
Yeah. And
we met on the way home for Chipotle.
Yeah. But, Mama in the front seat might have had her legs like doing all kinds of things. A little moaning going on, but anyway, it was good. We lived off the high for about a week.
Yeah.
So.
But you mentioned afterwards. Yeah. How did you? Because how long did it take for us to run again?
Well,
we ran the next day because we're running at least a mile, 2 miles a day.
Because goals.
Yes,
actually, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow, And Christy's like, well, you have to run at least 2 miles. And when I got up the next day, I literally took one step off the bed because I had some ankle pain afterwards. Took one step off the bed and I was like, oh, my ankle's going to break. And then I told Christy, I was like, I just want you to know that the decision I made this morning to run 2 miles was not smart on my broken ankle. But by day 2, it felt better. Yeah. And then we ran back again outside on day 3.
Yeah.
Like on Wednesday.
We were back outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we took
and
Monday.
you ran outside. A mile.
I did everything outside.
Yeah. But we felt good. I really felt it this race, and I just think it's more of a full marathon thing. Probably, you'll find out. So it was interesting to me, and I saw this with Bar Harbor, but definitely my heart rate, boom, got so fast running easy. And that is definitely like your body's not recovered. So I was like hitting 180, and I felt fine. But my heart rate was high.
But didn't you mention that your resting heart rate?
My resting heart rate was normal.
Because usually it takes us a while to get that.
Yeah, my HRV was good. My resting heart rate was good.
Yeah.
But then running, it's just now come back down, like in this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took 2 weeks. Wow. And then, if you've never run a full marathon, Christy, like watched this firsthand this time. Like I felt so good the week after. And even like Beantown, I didn't sleep that whole night after Beantown. It's like my body was tired, but I had so many endorphins.
Yes, because that's when you got it.
I just laid there and my mind, I was just like, and so I felt so good. We came straight back to work, like schedule was busy, felt good. But last week I felt bad. Everything crashed. Everything crashed as far as the endorphins.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like
that's true.
I felt I was in my feelings.
You were in your feelings. You were.
I mean, I had other stuff going on, but I was like, oh, I think it's I think it's post marathon
You felt
too.
the stress of everything, which you always have stress a little bit more.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think it was like the body's. I was just more in tune to it because we felt great. We're like, did that really happen? We just reading that.
Yeah, because we did.
Good.
We worked a full schedule the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Which is different than when we travel because usually there's
that's travel
a day after or whatever. So.
So, like, what did the race teach you, or I guess, like hammer in about discipline?
You know what? For both of us, I think it just shows like the fruit of our labor of the day-to-day consistency. Because I mean, we are not good at everything, but we're good at being consistent. You know, we're good at being consistent, and we have shown up. I do think our track runs, we've been doing track runs on Wednesday.
Yes.
And I think that has helped our speed. And
I do agree.
Yeah, that helped our speed. And we've put in more consistent miles. And I just think that this showed us, and it also has shown me, because my recovery post-marathon, even just the way I feel the next day, because I've done it so many times, it's not what it was. It's easy. It's like my body feels pretty good, you know, that there's not really any downtime.
Yeah, and I do agree with that, because I remember how my body felt post-grandma's. I remember getting on the ground thinking, I'm not going to be able to get back up.
Yeah.
And I was walking everywhere. And then after about maybe a couple hours, I think just walking around and walking it out, my hip flexors were good. I didn't feel them the next day.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing that I learned from this race is, like, finally I've talked Christy into meeting up to run sometimes. When we first became friends, it's like, we should run together. And she's like, no, I'm not running together. and one morning when we did meet to run, one of the first mornings, I got out of my car, and I'm like, I run pretty happy, you know, and Christy runs pretty angry. And
sometimes.
I was like, I got out of my car. It was like very early, like 3:45.
3:45.
And I was like, good morning. And Christy was like, what are you doing here?
I was like, I didn't want.
I love you.
It was. Were we planning to run together that day, or just get up there early together?
You were not planning on seeing me.
But we have done a lot of running together.
Yeah,
we really have.
We kind of have figured out the groove. And I called Christy.
I feel sorry for you, though.
Called Christy out on her being rude to me that day, and so she hadn't been rude again.
Nope, I will not do that. I will not be rude again. I caught myself. No more word vomiting.
Anyway, yeah. But when we run together, we just kind of, either I'm running behind, doing little circles.
She does circles. I know. And I do. I feel really bad. I feel really bad
choice.
Because we have a 4-mile loop at the location where we do Camp Gladiator, and by the time I get done with 4 miles, she's done 5, and she's going down extra loops and cul-de-sacs and parking lots, and I mean, and I'm like, wow.
But don't you think that the accountability, or maybe just the lack of loneliness, it does help?
Yes. And mostly I want to help you, because if not, you're going to stay in that circle.
I'm a little bit more scared by myself, and so Christy's not scared.
I will go anywhere and run anywhere.
Yeah.
And she does it, and so if we have a path, she will, just like Las Vegas, she will just be near me, just be somewhere in the vicinity of me. So because I mean there's some weird cars out there. You notice them more than I do. I'm just in my own world, probably listening to a murder podcast.
Yeah, I'm just in tune to it.
Yeah.
But did you learn any lessons that you feel like that you'll carry into, like, life, business, health?
Yes. I think because we stress about it, and we were both anxious the night before. And we are, I don't know, it's not like I'm trying to get past it, because sometimes I'll think about it, like when I'll make an appointment for somebody the Monday after that, I'll be like, oh, Houston will be behind me. Houston will be done. The marathon will be done, or DECA championship will be over with. I will be done with that.
I've heard you say that.
You know, and because I just want to get past it. But it's like, it's going to be over with so quickly. Enjoy it. I'm just really trying to enjoy that moment. I mean, I worked hard to get here. This is what you train for, and I know so much of it is the training, and the fruit of that training is that day. But I feel like I keep rushing through it.
Yeah, and that's true, because I think when we were when we were waiting to separate to go to our corrals, we were like, let's be thankful. Like, we're here
I know.
at the start line.
I know.
And we should be thankful for the start line and the finish line and really the training, because the training in the mundane, in the day-to-day,
Yep.
and even like the ice days lately,
Yes.
it has shown us that like we love the mundane and the training because it's like our pattern.
Yes.
And when we don't get to do it, it's an anchor in our week.
Yep.
And so really all of it's good.
It is. It is.
Yeah. And that's good perspective that you can apply really to any area of life.
So what did you learn? Anything take away from that, from Houston?
I learned that even if I say I don't have goals, I have goals. I always have goals. I always have goals. But yeah, no, I do think it's just like everything. But I think our friendship and running together, it makes it that's what makes it good.
Yeah.
You know, it's like looking forward to it, doing it together. And it's a gift, really. That's what we said at the start line. We're like, it's a gift. So many people.
Well, it's like I texted you the
this.
other day when I ran before I came to work, and I kept procrastinating it. I sat there like at my bar, just working on my computer at like 5 a.m. with my earmuffs on, ready to run. And I remember texting her like, it's easier if I just meet you there. If I just meet her. To get me out of that car and just do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did that for like an hour. I sat there with my earmuffs on for an hour, just procrastinating.
Yeah, I do not have that time luxury. So I think the take home that I would just say for our listeners is to chase hard goals.
Yes.
And
yes.
I told a patient this week, because they're running, we're sponsoring, we're semi-sponsoring. We're not like the main sponsor, but we're sponsoring a 5 and 10K here, the Take Heart, that's a women's race. And I had a patient that had signed up, and they were like, but I'm not like y'all. And I think you had somebody say that this week too.
Yes.
And I think the take home is, it's okay. We're all different.
Amen.
And so, you know, like Christy's not running a full marathon yet, but she's going to. She's signed up. But, you know, whatever the goal is, like set it and then have somebody in your corner that helps you be consistent and then enjoy the process.
Yes.
Because race day is just this long.
It is.
You know?
It's going to be gone.
So, and then I think to show up when it's messy, because sometimes our lives are messy. You know, Christy got the cedar fever. Yep. Then I got the cedar fever viral illness, and on race day, and so. But you know, you got to show up, be consistent, have our goals, because now it's not a negotiable whether we run every day.
Every day.
Because that was one of our goals for the year.
Yep, it's
ongoing.
ongoing.
To run every day.
Yep. And today's the end of January.
Yeah, and we've done it every day.
Every
even
day.
with my broke ankle the day after the race. Still ran
She
on
was
it.
not going to get out of that one.
Still ran. I didn't jog. I ran.
Well, I know this because sometimes, your pace is always a 7.5 or faster.
And, you know, have somebody that keeps you so accountable that they track you. They track you. Like, we track each other, and we're connected on our Garments. And so, like, Christy would know if I didn't run.
Yep.
Like, there's no lying about it.
None.
So,
Zero.
Yeah. But anyway,
Just make sure that you are, you know, we're coming into the end of January. You may have set some goals for January, and look back and see, did you accomplish anything? You know, look forward. Are you going to get to June with possibly, you know, a goal that you have been wanting to do? Because June's going to be here before you know it. And you don't just want to coast. I heard it on a podcast, people talking about, you know, like they get around their friends and people that are, because it's who you surround yourself with. And that's why we truly are blessed, because we're not going to coast. We're not going to remain stagnant. And like you get around some people that are like that are stagnant and doing the same thing, and they're saying the same stuff. Man, I need to lose 20 pounds. Man, I want to cut down the drinking. I just want to eat healthy. And it's over and over for years hearing the same thing. And it's like, just do it.
Just do it. That's right.
Just do it.
Just get out of your car, start your watch, and go.
And do it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. Thank you for spending time with us on Grit and Grace podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please like, share, and follow us on all the platforms. And as you head back into your life, choose to pursue it with strength, faith, and intention. A life marked by both grit and grace.